Alright, yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy story. Wow, I never started a video with just saying the intro right away, but this one seems kind of serious. So today's video, honestly, I'm gonna be telling you guys a crazy story that happened to me recently. And honestly, I feel like it's a big announcement that I have to do just to make sure that people understand the point and what I'm trying to get across on this channel. And if you guys are big fans of the BabaStreams channel, or just Bubba in general, which is me, which is kind of weird. I don't know, I don't like calling people fans, it's just not my thing. But if you guys are big fans of the channel and these stories, you guys need to listen in. The true honesty about this channel is not to, you know, basically get you guys realizing that you guys should be doing the devil's tango at a young age. It's not to, you know, basically tell you guys like, oh, like my life's better than yours, like you guys are living like garbage. The real reason I actually tell these stories is to make you guys realize that, you know, before this whole pandemic and all these crazy stuff started happening, my life was a lot different. Before, you know, I was back in high school and before I became a YouTuber, my life was very different. Everything was super different for me. Things were not the same. My life was not in consistency of me becoming a YouTuber, having fun, having over 1 million followers on TikTok, and just all this. And before anything, I want to say thank you guys. You guys have changed my life a lot, and that's one thing I need to make sure gets across to you guys. But anyways, today's story we're gonna be talking about is a Karen. Yes, an actual Karen. Now, this Karen, I'm not gonna lie, this is something that happened really recently. And by recently, I mean, I think like 2 weeks ago. But I remember one time when I was just going to the mall, doing my own thing, and actually shopping for my Mother's Day gift, which I got her a cool massage chair. She loves it, by the way. But I remember I was walking around and I realized that some kids were following me. Now, obviously, I didn't care because, you know, like I do live in a small town. I live in Vancouver. So, you know, people don't really like full on recognize me because I'm known for the P&G. But honestly, some people do recognize me and it's kind of awkward. But I remember I was walking around and I remember these kids, like, it was like a group of 4 kids basically walking around. They had their scooters and, you know, there's a skate park near the mall. So they usually go to that. But, you know, they were just walking around doing their thing and basically following me. It got to the point where it was kind of creepy. Like, you guys try eating sushi while having like 4 kids just stare at you through a window. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. But I remember as I was walking around and I was going to Best Buy, I was just kind of chilling and I was, you know, basically shopping. I was doing the most basic shopping thing ever. And no, I wasn't wearing any merch. I wasn't wearing anything. By the way, the merch is down below if you guys do want to go get some merch. We do have Bubba merch. I forgot to announce that, but honestly, I'm not in this for the money. So if you guys do want some, go get it. But going on, I remember I was kind of chilling and I remember I see this one kid walk past me. And the kid, as he was walking past me, he was giving me like the death stare of like, oh, I'm going to notice you and walk up to you. Like, it was super, super awkward. But not only that, I remember, like, you know, as time went on, the other 3 kids that were there were also following, and it just got to a point where they were following me for almost an hour and a half. An hour and a half at the mall being followed by scooter kids. It's kind of awkward. By the way, if you do live in Vancouver and do ever see me in like the mall or stuff, please just walk up to me, say hi, and that's it. Don't follow me. It's weird. You can come up to me, you can take a photo with me. I don't mind. Honestly, it's kind of weird because I'm usually known for the P&G, but honestly, like, I understand. Like, it's cool seeing, like, you know, a content creator, you know, in person. Like, I sometimes get starstruck when I talk to some creators. Anyways, going on with the story, I remember I was walking around, and as I was walking around and these kids were still following me, I remember it got to the point where I was kind of upset. I got really annoyed, and it got to the point where I was just kind of just like, okay, I'm not having it anymore. This is silly. I'm gonna tell them like, hey, like, you guys gotta go. So I remember I walked up to them and I said, hey, you guys gotta like relax. And he's like, oh, hi, Bubba. I'm a big fan. You're the Devil's Tango guy. Bruh. Okay, first off, if you walk up to me and call me the Devil's Tango guy, that's awkward. Please just call me Bubba. You guys know my username. It's literally 4 letters, bro. B-A-B-A. Just call me Bubba. But no, they call me the Devil's Tango guy. And then after that, people started looking towards us. And I remember saying like, hey guys, like, if you guys want to follow me, like, it's kind of just awkward. Can you guys instead just, you know, just walk up to me next time, just say hi. And obviously, like, I understood because like they, you know, they're young kids and they were nervous. But then I remember as I was explaining that to them, one of the kids pulled out their phone and wanted to take a photo. And I'm like, okay, sure. Like, I'll take a photo with you. I took a photo with them and honestly, it was cool. It was just a normal day. It was good. Like, you know, took a photo, went on with the day. So after they took the photo and signed like a t-shirt that this kid wanted me to sign, I remember I walked away and I went back to doing my normal shopping. When I was shopping, I remember there was like this mom that like saw me from afar, and I guess one of her kids were like one of the people that I was like talking to and taking a photo with. And I remember she ended up walking up to me saying, who are you? What are you doing with my son? I was just telling her like, oh, like, your son came up to me. It was just, you know, you recognized me. Like, I apologize. Like, I wasn't doing anything. And after the mom looks over at her son going like, how do you know this person? Like, are you serious? Like, who is this guy? He's just a normal kid. I'm 21, by the way. Well, actually, no, at this time I wasn't 21. Yeah, I was still 20, but still, it was just like, what? After a while, I remember the kid like looked over at his mom and he's like, oh, like, mom, like, this is the guy like I watch on YouTube, the BabaStreams. She didn't recognize me. And honestly, like, she didn't recognize me by name, but after that, when the kid said, remember the guy I watched watch like the Devil's Tango guy? That's when she got an upset face. She looked at me and said, do you know what kind of things you're posting on the internet? Do you realize how many kids are watching you and you post videos about you doing the Devil's Tango? Who do you think you are? Like, this is despicable. I look at her and I'm like, listen, it's just a story. I literally just tell stories about my life. I just go do crazy things. Like, this is just my life, you know? Honestly, that's one thing people got to realize about the internet. Like, many people post crazy things. Like, if you watch Danny Duncan, you realize he does some crazy stuff that's like out of the blue. If you watch, you know, any YouTuber at this moment, you realize that these YouTubers do crazy things. Yes, mine is a little off topic. Like, you know, I talk about doing the Devil's Tango. No matter what, I always find it awkward in my content. But it's not like I'm describing it. It's not like I'm going in depth about it. I'm literally just saying it and passing the time on. Because honestly, one thing I realized about this generation is that doing the Devil's Tango is like somehow a normal thing to do in high school and even middle school. And I grew up in that generation and I even know this. Like, I'm not that much older than you guys. Anyways, the mom kept yelling at me, screaming, and just being all upset, and I understood why. Honestly, I wasn't gonna argue with her because she was right. You know, it's not good for kids to watch that kind of content. But at the same time, you know, honestly, I let her rant, I let her scream, I let her be upset, and then I just let it go. But as she was like ranting, and I let her rant, by the way, I'm not talking up against the mother and telling her how to treat her kid or raise her kid. Like, that's not me. I don't want to tell people how to raise their kids. It's not like my position to do that. But I remember as she was yelling, screaming, and being all upset, I remember seeing a security guard walk up to us. And the security guard's like, oh, like, what's going on here? Like, is everything all right? And obviously the mom was telling him, like, you know, who I was, what I was doing, what my content is. And she basically called me a Devil's Tango star, which is not true. I am in no way on, like, you know, Pornhub. I'm not in any way on any of those websites. Honestly, if someone reposted my content on there, realize that that was not me. But anyways, she started saying that. The guy kind of laughed and looked at me, and then, like, you know, he realized that it wasn't that serious and this woman was just being a straight Karen. And I'm gonna call her a Karen because she made it a bigger deal than it actually was. One advice I have for parents, and honestly, you know, if you're a parent watching this, you guys can agree or disagree. I really don't mind. But when a kid has a phone or, you know, access to the internet, you guys gotta realize how much power there actually is. And yes, you could put like a VPN, you know, you could put like security and all that stuff. 100% go for it. It's a good thing. But like me, I don't consider myself a kids channel. I consider myself a storytime channel. Same as Luna, same as any storyteller. I literally just tell stories about my life, even though a lot of it consists of the Devil's Tango. And I will admit I am a little overboard sometimes with posting those kind of stories because it does so well on the channel. But on top of that, I want you guys to realize that I am not trying to, you know, basically show off and basically make the YouTube channel like my corn hub. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And overall, if you do have a kid, just make sure that, you know, he doesn't watch my content. Honestly, if you are a parent and you don't want your kid watching my content, literally just say don't watch my channel. If they don't listen, that's on you at that point. I can't tell you how to raise your kid. I can't. But anyways, guys, what ended up happening afterwards is basically she went, I did my separate ways, and funny enough, she DM'd me on Instagram basically yelling at me even more and telling me about her, like, you know, how she put like a VPN and how she has all that stuff, but somehow my content managed to get through it. And all I'm gonna say is I can't control who watches my content. I can't control who wants to listen to my story. I can't control what people want to click on. All I can say is these stories are meant to, you know, basically realize the embarrassing things I've been through and basically be relatable, and not in the Devil's Tango relatable, but relatable in a sense of being in embarrassing moments. Anyways, guys, that is basically it for the video. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Seriously, guys, thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys have given me on this channel. And honestly, YouTube, if you're watching this, or any Karens, parents, anything, I just want to say this channel is not meant to be a Devil's Tango channel. It's meant to be a channel where I tell my stories. And without further ado, I'll see you guys on the next story. All right, peace out, guys.